So one of the things that PowerShell does to simplify our life is the use of aliases. And there are two purposes for aliases. The first one is it helps us shorten commands so we don't have to type as much. The second one is some of the common commands that we're used to using, maybe in Linux or maybe in the standard Windows command prompt, the PowerShell equivalent of them has an alias that matches what we typed in Linux or in the Windows command prompt. So it makes it easier for us to transition from one shell to another. Now, we can discover all of the aliases using the command Get-Alias. And I'm going to go ahead and pipe this to more because this is going to give us quite a few of them. So here's our command type, aliases, or alias. And this right here shows us what we have. So let me find, CP is going to be a good one. CP is an alias for copy item. CP, interestingly enough, is a Linux version, the Linux copy command. In DOS, it was copy. We also have CPI, which is a PowerShell specific shortcut for copy item. So all three of these relate to copy item. Here's another common one. It's actually, let me do this. Let me do get alias dash definition get child item. And this is going to show me all of my aliases that resolve to get child item. And dir, that's the standard MS-DOS Windows command prompt, command to list items in a directory. The Linux one is ls. The PowerShell command is get child item, and there's a PowerShell specific alias of GCI. So if I type dir, it's going to give me a listing of all of my files here. If I type ls, it will give me a list of all of my files. If I type GCI, it will give me a list. You get the idea. Or the entire thing, get child item. So any one of those will work because all of them, alias to, well, three of them, alias to get child item. So anytime I enter those, PowerShell just takes and substitutes get child item. So that's what aliases are. They simplify our life because it can lead to less typing, GCI instead of get child item, or make it easier for us to transition from another shell to PowerShell. Now, something else to keep in mind with aliases. I'm going to do get command dash noun alias. So this is going to give me all commands related to aliases. So we have get alias, which is the one we just did. We can also create a new alias using new alias. So if there's a command that I type a lot that I want to create a shortcut for, I can create my own alias for it using the new alias command. The drawback to that is the alias command only lasts for as long as my PowerShell session is open. So once I close PowerShell, all of my predefined aliases go away. So that can create a little bit of a problem. So what we can do is we do an export alias. So I can create a bunch of new aliases, then I can export them, and then every time I open up PowerShell, I can use my import alias to bring all of my aliases back. In case you're curious, set alias doesn't create a new one. That's what new alias does. It changes an existing alias. So you're setting the property of the alias. Okay, so that is a real quick overview of how we deal with aliases in PowerShell. Remember, Get-Alias shows you all of them that are already in existence, and all of them that are already here are default. I haven't added any. Microsoft put those in for us by default. And then Get-Alias dash definition will allow us to filter that down and look just at aliases for specific PowerShell commandlets.